I'd like to call to order the work session for the Dickson County Commission for February 2nd. If you'll all bow your head and pray with me. Dear God, we want to thank you, our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, for a beautiful icy day and icy week. We got to spend it with our loved ones. As we conduct our day, we work to make sure that forever in our hearts and our thoughts, we do what your will is. We ask for your love, guidance, protection in everything we do. Please watch over those who mean the most to us and as this weather continues, and let us make good decisions as we move forward. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Can everyone stand for the pledge? I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Madam Clerk, call the roll.
Yes, sir. Mr. Simpkins?
Here.
Mr. Ledger?
Here.
Mr. McElwain?
Here.
Mr. Beatty?
Here.
Mr. Dawson?
Here.
Ms. Spicer?
Here.
Mr. Buckner?
Here.
Mr. Britt?
Here.
Mr. Petty?
Here.
Mr. Williams? Mr. Grove?
Here.
And Ms. Gray? Here.
Do have a quorum tonight. It's good to see you all. First order of business is approval of minutes of the January 5th, 2026 work session. Have a motion by Commissioner Buckner, second by Commissioner Petty. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, vote by stating aye. Aye. Opposed? Thank you. Item number 2, committee reports. Any committees to report? Hearing none. The next is appointments. We have 2 listed on here. Number 2 and 3, we're going to move down to our next meeting because I was unable to have a conversation with those folks before those appointments are made. So we'll put that on February's agenda. On the Industrial Development Board, we have 2 vacancies on there. One was with Mr. Ed Moore, who we know, Ed, that he's deceased, and we need to fill his term. And then we have another vacant seat that was created. On the Mr. Moore seat to fill out his term, I'd like to bring the name Mr. Robbie Harmon. I think y'all know him working at TriStar Bank, to add to that. And the other is Michelle Chandler Street. She's a banker at First Bank, and I'd like to get her on there for a full 6-year term. Open the floor for a motion. Motion by Commissioner Beatty, second by Commissioner Ledger. Any questions or discussion? I'm sorry, Industrial Development Board. We do have a proper motion, a second. All in favor, vote by stating aye. Aye. Opposed? Thank you. Item number 4, new business, quarterly financial reports, all school funds. A Board of Education representative, Ms. Underhill.
Good evening. These were sent out, I think, on Friday. These are our second quarter reports for all school funds. So this is July 1st through December the 31st. And for 141 General Purpose School Fund, you'll see that revenues are at 52%, expenditures at 42% of the budget. 142 Federal Projects Fund, revenues are at 35% and expenditures are at 37%. And the federal projects is on the reimbursable basis, so we spend the money and then we request it from the state. The 143 is a school nutrition fund. Revenues are at 33% and expenditures are at 52%. And the USDA is typically about 2 months behind on our revenues. And then you'll see the 177 Capital Projects Fund. Do you have any questions?
Any questions, Ms. Underhill? We need a motion to carry this on to regular session. Motion by Commissioner Brett, second by Commissioner McElwain. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, vote by stating aye. Aye. Opposed? Thank you. Thank you. Item number 2, we need to move down uncollectible debt, solid waste. This is a deal with Dickson Electric. Because of the weather, our solid waste people and board have been able to meet. They're on other mission right now, so we're going to move this to March. March, yes. Item number 3 is penny resolution. Just want to have a little minor discussion on that. When we, with the lack of the penny out there, we are working on, and Mr. Reagan, I'll let him speak to it specifically, with no penny, there's an issue of how we have to round that, and we need to come up with a policy if we go down to 0 and up to 5. Mr. Reagan has gotten a resolution that I believe Putnam County had done, and we're thinking about mirroring that, but I want him just let you describe that. This goes only on electronic, and only on cash payments. It doesn't affect electronically, but if your cash payments, if you show up, it's either going to be a rounding up or down. I'll let Mr. Reagan tell about Putnam County.
Yeah, so the Comptroller's Office has put out guidance that has gone to several of the county officials, and so they're all getting pinged with this same thing at the same time. And so when they take cash payments, because we're not going to have pennies, you got to figure out what you do if it falls, in the gap where pennies would be involved. And so if we adopt something similar to what some other counties are doing, then what you would be designating as a policy for us would be, if it's 1 or 2 cents, you're going to round down to 0. If it's 3 or 4 cents, you round up to the nickel. 6 or 7 cents, you round down to 5. 8 or 9, you round up to 10. And so it just gives you a way for everybody to be consistent in how they're going to apply that in their offices. It's not going to apply to electronic transactions because you can still obviously do that, but for cash it will apply. And it's going to be things like property taxes, interest, penalties, court fees, permits, or other county charges that are paid in cash. So.
Any
Make the motion to approve
discussion
it.
on that?
I'll make the motion to approve it, just like Brian said.
That motion by Commissioner Grove to have second by Commissioner Spicer. Any questions or discussion?
Yeah, Mayor, is this gonna create revenue? I mean, is it gonna create extra revenue? If you're at I don't quite understand, I don't guess. I mean, if you're gonna raise it a penny and a half, 2 pennies, did that create more revenue?
I mean, it might, but again, you're going to have the opposite the other way. And so what it might end up being would probably be negligible. I mean, either way, I can't imagine it's going to be a lot.
Okay. Any other question, discussion on that? The vote we're looking for, the motion we're looking for tonight, I think I had the motion, Donna. Yes, I do have the motion. This is to move it on the regular session on February the, whenever it is, 20th, 19th, 20th. Thank you. 17th, just pick it. Yes, it is the 17th. Thank you. Holiday is on the 16th, so yes, it is Tuesday the 17th. Now that we clarified that, did anyone want to talk about this resolution? Hearing no other discussion, all in favor, vote by stating aye. Aye. Opposed? Thank you. Commissioner Simpkins.
My question doesn't pertain really to that, but, when we raise property tax, we usually do it by the penny. And we have uneven, I think ours right now is uneven, what is it, 261, or what is our tax rate?
It's less than that. I think it's
236, or?
No, it's 1 something. I
Oh, it's
apologize.
160, I had 69, right. So when we need to do that again in the future, and we don't have a penny to use, are we gonna have to go by nickels?
No, this is just because that's more of a percentage on the whole. And again, I should have talked to Ms. Pendergrass today, but whenever I write my real estate property tax bill, it ends in zeros already. So that's why it comes back to just these rounding transactions when someone pays cash to the clerk's office, where it might be a different deal. But again, when I think my tag's $89 a year, so it's already rounded. So no, it won't affect that, because when you take a penny, you're talking about what it affects on the hundreds and thousands of dollars. So where a penny now generates roughly around $250,000. So
Right.
we use nice round and clean numbers. So
Right.
we stay away from the decimals.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir. Under other business, I'd like to go over about the events. Did we? Yeah, we voted on other. That was just a comment. Listen, guys, come on. It's been a long week. Don't throw me off now. I'm on a roll over here, so let's go. Ms. Gray, bailiff, if there's another issue over here, I'm going to need some help. Thank you. Just want to make the first announcement, and I'll go into some other business. I know that y'all kept up with what the county government's done over this winter ice storm we had. For tomorrow, Dickson County Government Operations will be back to normal business. So we'll be opening at 8 o'clock and closing at 4 o'clock or whatever various hours they have. The other thing we're going to do is the Dickson County Convenience Center in Burns and the new site in Charlotte will be open again on a Tuesday. Typically, convenience centers are closed on Tuesday and Thursday, but we're going to have a special opening on those again from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. to help folks get rid of their household waste. The city of Dickson, I know they're going to try to start picking up waste, but they're leaving it to driver's discretion. So we're going to be probably a few days from the municipal standpoint on what they can do. But again, the convenience centers, we expect to have them all open up back on their normal operating hours on Wednesday. I can go into some detail on that, but I'm probably going to get on a roll here, so y'all know how I am. So grab the rope and hold on. Basically, we'll go back to the beginning of all this whenever this occurred. Back on Wednesday, January 21st, before the ice storm came, we have an emergency preparedness meeting, which consisted of Jeff Thomas, our maintenance manager, Jackie Fayette, our director of the solid waste, Jody Burgess, our operations manager at solid waste, Donnie Bear, ambulance director, Rob Fisher, our emergency management agency director, and Deputy Chief Murphy was there on behalf of the Sheriff's Department. I think that got everyone, along with Jackie Hodges at Highway, most importantly. We had that preparedness meeting knowing what the weather was going to bring. It was still the question, is it snow or ice? We found out, obviously, over time it was ice. But after we had that meeting, the game plan's in place. We moved forward. We reached out at that point in time with the Tennessee Emergency Management Agency, American Red Cross, the Dickson County YMCA, Dickson Electric, the Water Authority of Dickson County, the other two utilities in Dickson County, and all the municipalities in Dickson County. So we engaged them directly on what was about to open. On Saturday morning, January 24th, Mr. Fisher opened our Emergency Operations Center at that point in time because the storm was coming. I'll let Mr. Hodges speak mainly to the roads that will, on what the work he did, because they've done a fantastic job. The thing that I know you understand and 90% of Dickson counties understand is this was an ice storm. It was not a snowstorm. Snowstorm is fun. You get in the yard, you make snow angels and snowmen. We had ice and then snow. This was more akin to what a spring shower would be versus a tornado. This type of event would be comparable to a hurricane on the coast because it was not directed in any one area. It was widespread. The power outages that went on simply were more than half of electric meters in Dickson County were down at one time. So the first thing I want to compliment is the work Dickson Electric did. That was outstanding. And that's from lessons learned in 1994. And I think we got mostly old folks over here, or if you don't know about 94, I'll give you the story on it some other time. But what Dickson Electric did with James Peter when he took over after that, and everybody since then, the line clearing has been substantial and above board. Again, no disrespect to our friends at Nashville Electric, but you get in some of the parts of Nashville that are hurting right now is where people love their trees and their bushes and their pea gravel driveways and all those hip things, but it doesn't give clarity around their electric lines. Dickson Electric knocked it out. So I cannot tell you what the job they did. Mr. Hodges, I'll go and tell you part of what he did. Whenever you go through a storm, you have an emergency, you've got a four-step process. The first thing is helping people, and using the old Marine deal, everybody's a rifleman, so everybody needs to get out and do what they can do, and everybody did. The second is getting the government operations up, and that means the most vital operations that we need. The next is recovery, which we're in the stage of, and then replenishing, getting your supplies back where you need, which some of that has already started. So we're going through that four-stage process right now. But we've had what the folks did at the Highway Department. I'll go on Tito's horn. I'll let him talk about it in a minute in more detail, to help Dickson Electric get where they need to be so they could clear roads to get the electricity back on. So we had, I think probably all total, it was by Saturday morning, everybody in Dickson County had their electricity back, if I remember the dates correctly. And I apologize because ever since last week, every day seems like Saturday to me on that. But We also, after that meeting, I did a disaster declaration, and what that allows us to do is ask Tennessee Emergency Management Agency to help send supplies. When this first was created, when this was going on, there was no need for that. What it allowed us to do was get assets to people such as food, and what we did by declaring that, TEMA through us went to the American Red Cross and gave food where they could help people that were in need. We housed people at the YMCA, which they were initial part of this conversation we met. Can't beat them. Great partners, ready to go. When we got around some of the waste issues we were having, we had partnership with Mayor Grove and along with Mayor Weiss to get the roads cleared to the convenience center. The convenience centers at Burns and the new one at Charlotte opened up on Wednesday and have remained open. We were able, with the city of Dickson's help, get the roads open on Eno, where we opened Eno Road because of the waste we were collecting in Charlotte Burns was massive and excessive, so we were able to pick trucks up to keep those two sites open. I was at the Burn site for a few hours on yesterday. On Sunday, the people that came through there, they're surely appreciative of what you funded to do there, because without that and the sites we have that we have not improved, we couldn't have taken waste in. And again, you got to watch Dickson Countyans at their best. People pull up with trash, and you could tell after talking to them that they not only got their trash, they were helping get their neighbors. And I mean, that's in that kind of situation, that's amazing. And you get to see the best at a time like that. So again, I know I'm hitting all over the board on this, but there's several other things I'll go over, but I'm going to let Mr. Hodges to talk about what Highway did and how they've managed this process to this point and going forward.
First of all, thank y'all. I got a lot of phone calls from some of you, and I appreciate y'all having my back through all this. It's been as tough a storm as we've ever been through, and we started out the season with more salt than we've ever had stockpiled. It's just 350 tons, but normally we don't use that much. We had some in our new bin that we just put up this year, and then we had some at the old place where we always had salt stored. We got 5 salt trucks that we use. They're pickups with blades on the front and spreaders on the back. They're small. They got to make a lot of trips in and out. We got 2 graders. We've got 3. When this process started, one of them over on that side over there, it run for about 2 hours and blowed an air compressor. Well, that one's down. We're still waiting on parts for it to come in. Caterpillar was closed down most of the week, so we couldn't get parts for it. We started this process Friday night. Before the storm even got here, we went out, we pre-treated a whole lot of the roads, trying to get some salt down in front of it. We started out with 12-hour shifts. Beginning Friday night, I had crews running day and night. It was 24 hours. And then late Sunday afternoon is when the temperature started dropping and it turned to ice. Well, we worked up as long as we could be pushing snow, as long as it would push snow, we was pushing it. And at that point, we come back in, shut the night shift off. We came back in Monday morning, and for the next 2 days, Monday and Tuesday, we cut trees out in front of the electric department. A lot of trees on the south end of the county. That's where the hardest ice was. I'm sure Becky can attest to that, and Carl and everybody that's out down there. The ice got a whole lot rougher on the south side of the county. We started back salting Wednesday. Of course, it was cold. When it dropped Sunday, y'all know the temperature didn't move much at all. Today was the best day we've had since then. We had crews both salting, plowing, and still had 3 crews going around cutting the low line limbs, everything else hanging in, the other trees that fell through the process. And then during the latter part of the week, I realized that what we was doing wasn't very effective. We were doing it, but we just wasn't making it much. At that point, I got in touch with Rob Fisher. We started the process and got something together and sent into TEMA requesting help. We did get some help today from TDOT. TDOT sent us down 5 trucks. There's some private businesses in the community that actually pitched in. put some graders on the road for us. Private individuals out there with their farm tractors. I appreciate all of those. Around lunchtime today, we had approximately 150 miles is what we've got cleared. Now, when I say cleared, there may be a patch of ice here and there, but they're travelable. You know, people can get up and down them. Just everybody's got to still, at this point, use some caution. It's been a very challenging process for us. Of course, the cold temps is what turned everything into that thick sheet of ice, and it's been tough, real tough. As of this afternoon, we put a total of 3,537 hours worked by 46 employees from Friday night until this afternoon. That's how many man hours that we put in, and women hours. We've got 2 ladies in the front office they've been taking the brunt of it for us as far as the phone calls, and they have had their hands full. I want to thank everybody at the Highway Department, all the men and women. They've been working tirelessly through from the beginning of this till now, and they're still out right now plowing. I've still got all my salt trucks on the road. I'd like to thank TDOT and the private companies that went out and helped us, as well as the individuals that went out with their farm tractors, skid steers, and everything and helped us out. It was a big help. Without them, we wouldn't be near as far as we are today. The social media posts, I'm sure all of you have seen them. They've been unbearable at times on some of them. That's 90% of them, great people. Everybody out there, a lot of people got our backs, and I appreciate every bit that everybody has done for us on that. But, of course, you've always got those that's, you know, I get it. They're in hard times and everything's bad, but we're getting to them. You know, it's one of those, you know, the bad is bad, but that's what we signed up for. Everybody at the Highway Department, we enjoy serving the people of Dickson County, and that's what we'll strive to continue to do. Just to give y'all a little bit of comparison, we started out 350 tons of salt. We're getting down almost to the point of being out. But that's, you know, we throw everything we can at them. 5 trucks, 2 graders on the road. Our neighbors to the north, I get compared to Montgomery County all the time. Everybody does. Montgomery County started out with 32 plow trucks, tandem plow trucks. They went through over 8,000 tons of salt. They just finished getting their roads cleared tonight. They're finishing up tonight, so we're not too far behind them, just to give you a little bit of a comparison.
The other things, I don't lay all asking questions because we want to make sure we get all the information out, but thank you. I know the work that they've been putting in. We pushed out government operations because we felt like it was more important for the Highway Department to be on clearing roads than come and clear this building out. Again, as I typically remind everyone on the Dickson County Government Facebook page, when Dickson County Government closes, that means 70% of the people who work for Dickson County Government are still at work and on duty. So all that's closed is administrative offices, things that can wait. There was a lot of work done with the help of the Highway Department, the sheriff, the jail crew this past Friday that allowed this building to be open today, and that's work they did to get us to that point. And Mr. Hodges is 100% correct. 90% of the Dickson Countyans are here and support it because they get it. I only ran into about 3 overt cases of lack of manliness. I hope somebody can sober those up or talk to their priest or find a friend. But, you know, be strong for your family if you can't be strong for yourself is what I'd tell those people. You get on social media screaming and crying, the sky's falling. Well, you're scaring your family if nobody else. So be a man. Try it. It's cool. But if you move forward, everyone that we had on duty at the landfill, we actually had someone injured today at the landfill who works for us that was clearing a space so we could get these excess bags of garbage in there. He was transported. He's in good condition. They expect him to be back at work on Thursday. There's people putting themselves in harm's way to make this government work. And so I know you do. I know 90% of Dickson counties thank them. So again, I want them all to know how much I appreciate them. The folks at the Landway, Highway, Sheriff's Department, Maintenance, Ambulance Service, Emergency Management, and some of these others I named that are not directly related to Dickson County government, but they're here and support situations. The volunteer fire departments, people that had to go in and get people to get them out to the highway to get them to an ambulance. That's the kind of work we had going in this community. And you know, that's when you get point. You can't help but be proud to be a part of Dickson County and that happened. So again, y'all know I either cry or cuss, so I'm not going to try not to do either one right now. Do y'all have any questions for myself or Mr. Hodges?
Hey, Mayor, I got one comment. The lady, it's named Doris Jones, that lives down Trace Creek. She is his hero. She been in the house for a week. He came out there on what was it, Saturday? Put and done the
kinda like Bob.
heel and put salt
I
on.
can't tell you what the
She
date
called me.
is.
She said, "Cotton," said, "That's absolutely fantastic." And the Clayley Fire Department went down to the end of Nosegay Road. The boy's house caught on fire down there, and the big old steep hill going down. They finally got down there. It's been tough.
It has been.
It really has. And I'm proud of the county, everybody.
Well,
I mean, I am too.
I appreciate you pointing that out, Commissioner, because it's a good job. You know, and it gets it's stressful, but as Mr. Hodges says, that's what we sign up for. And again, you know, it sounds a little bit self-serving, but I don't have to be because I'm not running for re-election. But there's a group of folks that we have that operates your county government day to day. There's none better.
No.
And if this happens again, I want the whole same group back together, work through it. So thank you to everyone on that. Be glad to answer any questions, give you information on what we're going to do, what the plan is. But love to hear from you. We've got a couple more pieces of business after we get done with this.
Rob Fisher called me, I think it was Monday or Tuesday morning, it's early. He said, "I want you to get on your tractor, I want you to go over there on this road over in Hickman County, we're not too awful far from it. I want you to take your tractor, I want you to hook to that car and pull it out of the road." I said, "Can I do that?" He said, "Yes, you can, because they got the electric department blocked." And they said, "Just hook a chain to it and pull it out of the way." I was like, "Okay." I didn't know you could do that. He said, "Oh, yeah." He said, "It's got them blocked. People don't have electricity." He said, "Don't worry about what you do to it. Pull it out of the way."
Well, it's about helping people no matter what we do. So thank you.
You see these little guys running across your field with a backpack on their back, leave them alone. Leave them alone.
Yeah.
Because they out there for a reason, and they're clearing these light lines and stuff so you can have power.
And I appreciate all the advice you give me on the pre-treatment and the contact we had. And Mayor Morale was in constant contact. I'm not going to ask you to talk because you're going to cry in a minute. And when you start crying, I'm going to cry. I'm surprised you went this long without bawling up there. But hey, we was in constant contact. The mayor did a very good job of leading us all. I appreciate it.
I'm a firm believer when everybody's working together, you get there a whole lot easier. Yep.
That's exactly right.
But I do appreciate you guys having my back on a lot of this. Yeah, that means a lot. I thank y'all.
Good. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Back to a little bit of regular business. A couple of things that we need to add to the agenda. One of them is, I believe it's on your table, a notification of a public hearing. That will be on the February 17th public hearing, and then it'll come back a month later for its normal vote, as I recall on that. The only other thing I need to add on here is and we don't do this resolution on the bonds. We just need simply our medical examiner, Dr. Kyle Moore, and Lynn Collins, our clerk and master. It's time for their bond to be renewed. We just need to get I'm going to just take a voice vote on that. All in favor of that, vote by stating aye. Opposed? Thank you. Any other business from the commissioners? Commissioner Spicer, do you have any business?
Yeah, it is this weekend.
I saved you.
Just trying to forget it.
Oh, well, we look. I hope
I'll be the same age as you.
you caught up with me.
It
Took a month.
So that makes me old.
Well, I hope you have a happy birthday.
Thank you.
And hopefully it's warm when you're outside with your
No,
cattle.
I'm not 70.
Be careful now.
She's about 62.
Commissioner
No,
Grove,
I
we'll
wish.
get you. We're not going to rush. Okay. Just kind of on deck. Any other announcements? Hearing none, the final announcement will be the next work session meeting will be on Monday, March the 2nd, 2026 at 7 p.m. in the Beaverdale B.D. Reed Junior County Commission Chamber of the Dickson County Administration Building.